weg of...
Nou, die zijn nog opgestaan.
Oh ja, ik zie ze alle twee.
Voucher en Kissel even.
Hier kunnen we...
Maar wat is ons dit?
Ja, hier zo. Ik denk de tweede.
Hallo, hoi. Hoi.
That's the ship we're going on, right? The
Yeah.
one in front of us.
Yeah, there you go.
I wish. Well,
Right there,
it
nice.
probably won't be
Ja, want wij komen
as
toen wel
cozy
aan.
as the one that we're going on. So,
Oké.
but it looks very cool.
Yeah, where they've taken the water buses. So you got the big shot from the water bus company over there.
Okay.
Oh, dit laat allemaal lekker aan. Laat maar lekker.
Jij zegt zo voor testen.
Hi, good morning. you see a cradle. And what happened? 1421. Does anybody remember what happened in 1421 from yesterday?
1421.
1421.
This is a test.
There was a yeah. I thought you guys had a pub quiz, but apparently you didn't. But 1421, there was a big flood in Dordrecht, but it was
Yes.
also here in Kinderdijk. And as everything was being demolished by water, some folks were walking somewhere and they saw in the water, they saw a cradle with a with a black cat on top of it. And the black cat was keeping the cradle in balance so the child wouldn't drown. And eventually the cradle came on shore and the cat just jumped off. And they didn't know what to do with the child, so they called her Beatrice or Beatrix, which means the lucky one in Latin, because she was very lucky, of course. And they gifted her to one of the dukes, and then she became a very wealthy person. So they call themselves like probably maybe because of this story. Another one is that the dike that we walked over is a very small dike. A very little dike in comparison to other dikes. So that's also a reason why they call it Charles Dike. General view of what the dike looks like. And there's a map over there. And if you look over there to the right, back, that's what they're using nowadays. 3 Archimedes wheels. Two of them are on electricity and one of them is on diesel. Because you know, if the electricity cuts off, then you need a replacement, so to speak. Oh, here's one. It's Saturday morning. Everybody has a hangover in the Netherlands. But the windmill that we are going to visit is turning, so then you can see how the whole contraption works, the whole system.
Is there a differential ratio between the gears of the wheels?
Yeah, there is.
That's navigation.
Yeah, because if you look to the one that's turning and the one that's not, you can see that the one to the left has sails. Those sails function like gears. So if there are like 2 sails, that's like gear 2, so to speak. And if there are 4 sails, then it's gear 3. And if there are no sails, that's gear 1. So that's also reed is used because it has the same like functions as wood. So insulation, so for warmth. But reed, you know, decomposes eventually. So they need to, they need to replace it. The millers used to do that by themselves back in the day, or they used some friends. But nowadays they just use, or they hire a company to do that. electricity in this windmill. I suppose there are in the ones that are, I suppose there's electricity there, but there's no electricity in here whatsoever.
And then the big spinning post all down through the bottom to another set of gears here. It's turning the.
This is just a museum.
Exactly.
So, alright, we're going inside the windmill, and I do have to tell you guys, driving the windmill is not difficult, but you do have to watch out, because the stairs are very steep, very steep. So what you guys need to do is that if you come tended to freeze, just like the Tureries back in the days, but nowadays it doesn't really happen anymore. So, follow me. That used to live here, or in the surrounding area. And this is where they used to sleep, in those bunk beds. And you can see that they're quite small, and that's because their food, their supplements, their nutrition, the quality was way lower than it is now. So people in the Netherlands used to be a little bit smaller back in the day, so they would fit quite perfectly in here as well. But even though they could fit, it doesn't mean that there was enough space, because there are only like 4 living quarters over here, and if you look inside one of the bunk beds, you'll see a family picture. All those people needed to sleep here. So some
It's nice.
Oh, tinignan ko ng, yun yung,
wala
I
na.
did.
Sarado
I
na.
did, I just
Sarado na?
I just look at it's the one that, here, you could see that. Yeah.
So if you go up, you can immediately see that they were catching otters over here and fish. They will catch a lot of eel over here.
On the river?
In the river, yeah.
No, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's how they ate. Or catch fur, for example. And this is, do not touch any spinning parts.
You will be amputated.
Yeah, you will get amputated in a very gruesome way.
No, we don't have.
The horse is decapitated.
what do you do to prevent that? You create a brake, and I'm not going to use the brake, but this rope over here is the brake, and a small child could hang on this brake and it would stop, because it would loosen a log. That if this is staying turning, it would just put one on top of it, so it would stop because of the friction, right? But that's also the reason why this windmill can never get to top speed, because all the friction that is created by braking would probably mean fire. So yeah, that is how this basically functions.
No, exactly. Now I am going to talk about timings, but first, you know what we have to do. Een klap van een lamme aap krijgen. Een klap van een lamme aap krijgen. Oh, good, you're getting better every day. Make it a sentence. Very good, very good. What does this mean? When do we say this? We say this when somebody really insults you. Because it means that you feel that you got hit by a drunk monkey. Alright? Now for those of you talking about sayings, by the way, that were not at my talk this afternoon, that's pretty fine, I'm not insulted anyway. But there was one nice saying that I would like to repeat. if you, somebody's laughing because they know what I'm going to say. There is a very nice saying that we have as well. If you had a very nice meal or you had a good drink or something, you can tell the waiter, if they ask you how was your meal, you can tell them it was like an angel just peed on your tongue. Ja. Alsof een engeltje op je tong piest. Okay? They will not look at you funny. They will appreciate that very much.